To do building innovative projects in Web3 often requires you to put in a whole lot of months or probably even years into research and development, trying to come up with something very innovative, meeting bugs, fixing bugs, trying to get audits and a lot of other things before your product is finally ready for the public. Now imagine that all the months or years of hard work you've put in into research, into building your MVP, now you push it out and no one is really using it. This is why GTM strategy is very important for your project. In simple terms, GTM simply means go to market. This means how you bring your product to the people who want to use it. And let me clarify, GTM strategy is for or release their token or simply go out of stealth. Let's try to look into actual plans you can put in place. So the first thing to do is founders have to lead the war. If you have read this essay by PG on founders mode, you realize that founders have a lot role to play in how their products get adopted in the general market. And that's why in Web3, you don't just gather a team and sit back and relax. No, you have to also be in the arena where users are. Particularly, you have to be very active on socials. You have to be very active on Twitter. You can take, for example, Rushi, that is the CEO of Movement. The guy is very active on Twitter and is bringing more thoughts and attention into alt VMs. If you probably type alt VMs on Twitter now, you will see Rushi's tweets making numbers on alt VMs. And that way is bringing attention to Movement Labs and all their products. This can be an issue for founders who probably are quite reserved, but you have to find your way into being very vocal online. You don't have to do much. Simply talk about what you are building, why it's important, why people should care, and tell stories. Tell stories of bugs you met while building it. Tell stories of hurdles you faced while building it, and simply talk about it. Just be fine and get into the community of people who are talking about it. Contribute to discussions and be very visible. The more you are visible as a founder, the more your protocol also be visible. And when you finally go mainnet, you will have a lot of attention, a lot of developers and users ready to use your products. Technical content will give you soft landing. Imagine a protocol that says, okay, they are building hyper performance ZK FHE based multi-chain protocol. For that, most people might not be able to relate, but if you create content around why FHE is so important, why ZK is so important, why protocols have to be multi-chain in design, you have more people be like, oh, really, that's very interesting. Let me get to use it. And that's what technical content is all about. A lot of things we are building in Web3 are very, very technical. And you have to explain what you are building so people will make meaning of it and be ready to use your product when you push it out. You need to have this in your technical content stack before you go mainnet. Have a technical doc, have white paper, have series of blogs explaining what you are doing, and of course, shoot videos. As long as people like to read docs or read blogs or read white papers, they also want to watch videos of how it works or you talking about it. You definitely have to build a very fanatic community. You are building products for users. You are building products so people can come use it. And that is why you have to be in tune with the community right before you even launch. The first thing to do is to identify your ideal audience. For example, if you are launching an L2, you definitely have to be in touch with developers and you also have to be in touch with degens. Once you identify where your target audience are, you have to meet them where they are and mix with them. Invite them to your Discord or whatever platform that works and get them talking. The more you get them talking, give them recognition and give them free hand to contribute to the growth of the protocol, the better. And when you launch, these people who you have gathered over the last couple of months will be very vocal about your product and bring more attention to it. Remember, it's not about who has the best product, it's about who has the best hype. And hype will bring your technical product to the limelight. Of course, you have to partner. And this is one thing I love about Polygon. Polygon guys really understood the main essence of partnerships and business development. Right from the start, you have to start building your ecosystem. For example, if you are building a chain, you have to be in touch with the chain abstraction protocols that are available, try to talk with them, let them integrate with your protocol, and start building these partnerships and friendships across the entire industry, such that when you launch, even your partners will lend the voice and make the launch more remarkable. And for this, I would advise that you get a couple or at least one BD to run your partnership. You as a founder, especially if you are technical and you are building things under the hood, you might not have all the time to take calls, plan things ahead, and try to build a partnership. So you just get one or two BD guys who are terminally online and very good at what they do. And this market is based on tokens, and protocols that have tokens tend to have higher attention when they are going to market. But there's a caveat here, right? It is not very important that you have a token, especially if it doesn't match your design. But if you think it's something that is worth it, then plan the economics of your token such that it will be very sustainable. And when you have that, let people know that when you go mainnet, you're also launching your token, or however you want to do the timing. It also helps. For this, you should check out Retro Bridge. They did a very fantastic job in their Quest campaign. So it's more about you getting people to become very active with your protocol. And you can use this pre or post mainnet. Simply create quests, probably of people deploying on your protocol, using your SDK, using your hook, whatever you have. Create quests for people to start using it, both developers and normal users. Get them interested, get them active, and engage them accordingly, such that if they perform some quests, they can get some bounties. As you are aware, Web3 is very incentive driven. So you have to give incentive for people to also get interested in using your protocol. The beautiful thing about this is Quest will help you build your numbers. For example, the number of contracts deployed on your chain, or the number of bridging that happened on your chain, whatever you have. Quest will shoot up your metrics. If you are building very technical products, then Akka houses and Akka things are your best bets. Definitely, I'm aware there are rebuttals around hackathons being profitable for protocols, but if you do it well, there are definitely benefits to this. You can organize hacker houses or hackathons. This way, you already have the builders to yourself, helping them to play around with the product, building things with it, and when possible, you can also give them grants to start building protocol on your protocol. This way, your ecosystem keeps expanding. So far in this video, I've taught you how to plan GTM strategy, and I want to let you know that definitely you should have a way you track all your activities. This way you know what works and what doesn't work. Listen, everything I've said so far is not a brick and mortar thing. You have to know what works, and when you notice what works, just double down on it. And I wish you a very successful GTM. I am also available for consultations. If you want to plan your GTM strategy, you can reach out to me and we can talk it out.